Hello everybody and welcome back. I'm Will Dragon and this is Timberborn. We are on our Iron Teeth settlement of New Dam. The settlement without any form of a dam. And we are looking at happiness right now. Okay, no, that looked a bit odd. Sorry, I thought I had a bunch of dying plants. Like, that's not right. So yes, we are on our beautiful settlement. Now we are coming towards the end of this settlement. We are currently still building Theme Park Mountain. Got our food. Rip Dashund the Badger. Yep, I'm afraid Dashund the Badger will be long gone by now, Dashund. And multiple point welcome, Dashund. It's a pleasure to see you as always. Yes, he was born probably about 30 cycles ago. He has passed into the great dam in the sky. Yeah, that's what we're currently up to. I'm going to go ahead and put this... In fact, let's just go straight for 3-speed. Why not? Oh, there you go. Our motivatorium is telling us what every beaver should be doing is working hard for the greater benefits of beaver society. I'm also going to go and look. So this is something I need to check up on. So this has a height of 0.9. So that should be good. And it goes down into dirt. So yeah, that should be all good. I mean, I don't know if those... I mean, there's been a couple of guys who just had some showers. It seems to particularly affect the water level. So the next thing I have to check is whether water is potentially escaping anywhere. I mean, all of these seem to have impermeable floors. There you go, you can see they're all outlined. That should mean they all have impermeable floors. So that should be good. There you go, you can actually see all the impermeable floors. Yeah, that should be good. I mean, as you can see, this one fills up, but for some reason this one doesn't really fill up. I mean, it shouldn't ever quite fill up because I got a dam. It should still work to some degree. The only thing I can think of, which I don't know if it does make a difference, the fact there's no impermeable floor there, but that shouldn't matter. I don't know. We have to wait till the drought is over to check on that one. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I've updated. I've had a mild rebranding yesterday. It's I much prefer my new profile picture. It's worlds better. So here we are. We have our campfires. We're doing pretty well. We are missing some campfires, which we are going to build 2 more, so those should hopefully even out. Our monuments could do with a bit better coverage, and then detailers, scratchers, and mud baths are still completely missing. So we have to decide where our mud baths are going to go. Now, we built some extra warehouses. They're currently in. Algae rations, fermented mushrooms, mango fruits are still struggling. So we will be looking to get... Although we have got those expanded. We need to wait for the trees to keep growing. Those will be grown in about 5 days. So yes, we need an area for mud baths. And pretty much the only area that screams out is this one down here, because it's pretty much the only area I've got. Can't really expand left anymore. That's all pretty much taken. I mean, I could expand out this way, but the fact that well, I'm going to build them into the ground. You don't have to, I should say, but I'm going to, because that's how it goes. Do I have a beaver graveyard? I'm afraid I don't have a beaver graveyard. I believe we float our past comrades down the Great River so that they may go and join all their previous beavers at the Great Dam. Just the Great Dam. It's not really the Great Dam in the sky, it's just the Great Dam. And so we're going to go ahead and just build a few terrain blocks in here. I mean... Why is this not being picked up? No storage space available. Ah, that's okay. They can just disappear then. And then that also means I'm going to get rid of this path. Yes. Start to remove that path. Then we're probably going to rebuild that path that I've just gone and moved. All these treated planks that don't have any storage space. Well, that's just madness. That should... yeah, that's still viable. So what I want to go and grab, like I said, is my mud baths. Now, I do want to sink these into the ground, so I do need to do a bit of pre-planning. I'm thinking 4. I'm thinking 4. Yeah, I'm thinking... oh, but then do I want them to in fact be facing... forwards? I mean, yeah, which way do I want them to be facing? I think I'm actually going to have them facing this way, right, so... first one will go there. And I think it's just one I need to sink them by. We'll double check that very shortly. Path will slightly disappear. It'll all go blown up. If I come down to my well-being... where have I gone and put it? It's right at the end. Yep, so just one I need to put them down by. No, you're right. You're right the first time. They are beaver tubes. They are transit tubes. We have a great tubeway system. So they go from tubeway station to tubeway station. So all of these lights you see that going through the tubes, they are in fact beavers. It highlights where the beaver is in the tube. Yeah, that's what you see there. Okay, so I do want to extend the dirt a little bit. Thank you very much for the follow, Nephrin. Welcome to the stream. I hope you are enjoying it. I hope you will continue to enjoy it as time goes on. So I want to leave a 2 gap. Then that's what I want in there. And of course, thank you very much for the follow. Didn't quite say that, but of course, always loved and appreciated. I love all support all of you give me. So that is going to be number 2. And we are going to build a lovely set of 4. Now, do I want a 2 gap or I'm going to go for a 3 gap. We'll put another one in there. And have I gone even lined that up correctly? Yes, I have. Another one in there. Now, I'm not going to blow anything up until I'm super certain that no beaver is going to cross the dynamite's path. Because I have not exploded a beaver yet, and I will not start now. Okay, this one should be safe. And so should this one. Alright, and there's our pretty design. End of the stream. Thank you very much. No, I'm joking. So, we are now going to put our mud baths in. I feel like I want to just draw things with dynamite. I did that in a stream... well, not on a stream, sorry. I did that in a playthrough of a game that I didn't stream. I drew a smiley face under the water and simply blew it up. It was beautiful and it was great fun. And so I want to... they do take 50 treated planks each. So once they've been built, these should all get picked up because we should have storage space for 200 treated planks. And All right, ladies and gentlemen, with those placed down, those are going to be the last of, well, the last full sets of my well-being buildings. My last new well-being buildings, if that makes sense. Because I have all of the other varieties around. It needs power to operate. Well, I went and messed that up, didn't I? They are sunk down, but only by 1. My bad. So, now we do have a power shaft that goes all the way to here because we built it earlier. Let's come down to the bottom level. We want to go 1 up. There's a power shaft. This is now, I'm going to guess, a solid power shaft. Yes, it is. So, come back up to the top level. Ah, wait, so yes, that comes to the bottom of this. Now, of course, ladies and gentlemen, as of about a week ago, we do have modular power shafts. That is right. No longer am I going to have to start deleting my power shafts to make this work. It's simply going to work. It's glorious. It's amazing. I love it. Question is, how many layers do we need to go down? I mean, that's a huge question. Let me see. We're down 1 layer. 2 layers, though, right? Let me get my measuring tool. No, that's 1 layer. Okay, we're down 1 layer. We need to go down 1, 2, 3 more. Nope, we need to go down much further than that. We need to go down at least 3 more. That'll take us to there, to there, to there. And then after the 3, we need to go down another 3. We need to go down 6, I think. Right, so let us get some dynamite in these things. After having just, I guess when I mentioned the other playthrough, that playthrough was done with folktales. So I've just come off that playthrough. I wasn't ready for these things to need power. I was ready for them to need wheat, which is interesting. And yep, so I think I need another few sticks of dynamite. What that should do me is... Haha, yes! We are, however, 2 pieces short. And as you can't, I don't think that's going to allow that to be built from up top, because you can't build underneath dirt. So I do need to get down in there somehow, which means lots of fun and games. Lots of fun and games. I don't have the ladder mod, the mod I do miss very greatly, and I will probably have it in my next playthrough, as we should be on stable branch by then, because ladies and gentlemen, this does go stable in 9 days, give or take, 10 days. I think it was the 8th of May, if I remember correctly, that this does go to stable branch, unless there's going to be any changes. Unless there's anything I haven't read up to date. So, how do I get down these giant holes and finish myself a power shaft? This was unforeseen. What I will have to do is dig myself another side tunnel. It's alright, and I'm going to refill this once it's done. And look at that, of course they can build from the tubeways. So you saw how fast that just got destroyed. Yeah, all of this will be filled back in once it's built. And if I go ahead and simply do that, that should allow that to happen. And more to the point then, I should and can build my first time building a new power shaft, ladies and gentlemen. It is the solid power shaft. It is purely modular. It works like a charm. Should need 6 of these. Look at that. It does work out. I can count. Oh, I overdid it. I can count, but I also get too enthusiastic about things, clearly. So yes, we do now have the solid power shaft and the not so solid power shaft. Let's have a little demonstration. Those of you that haven't seen how it works, we now basically have power shafts and we can run them through each other. And then we can just start to grow them on top of things. And no matter what we start to whoops, that's a tube way. That's not going to do anything. No matter what we start to join in, as long as you're not being silly like I am, they all just start connecting to each other. It's absolutely glorious. And then suddenly you're like, oh no, I need to extend this, and I need to extend this through here, and it's just look at it. Look at it all, ladies and gentlemen. Modular power shafts, they have finally arrived. You have no idea how happy I am. Especially since tube rays were released. I think there were so many people that wanted this. Like, hey, can you not do the same with power shafts? I mean, makes life so much easier. Okay, so they've already been built. That means I can go ahead and place the mud baths directly back on top. Let's go down to the basement. Oh, and here we are back in the basement. Yep, they can be reached. They're just waiting to be blown up. And then Alright. Let's go. What am I after? I'm after power shaft. Those can now be placed. Look at it. Look, see that one? See that one? It just changed to a downwards T. And of course, with the modular power shafts, we now have full options as they are completely dynamic. We were still missing a couple of options before. Yeah, we were still missing one or two options before due to the fact that, you know, we couldn't do downwards T shafts and kind of vertical, upright, four-way shafts as opposed to downwards. Probably can't see that too well on the camera, but you know what I mean? There were a few options that were still missing. So, yeah, we now have all of the options. We now... Ah, what am I doing? What am I doing? I haven't connected any of these four together. Okay, then. So, do you know what? I'm actually going to go and delete that one again. Go and delete that. What am I doing in my life, ladies and gentlemen? So that needs to go to there. And of course, I've made it difficult because I've gone and filled these in. Those need to go to there, so we'll have that and have that as well. Oh, what am I doing in my life, ladies and gentlemen? What am I doing? Let's go and... There, wait, we can't even get to that first one. So let's, in fact, change that round to go in by there. Wait, but then we still need that one as well. Oh, what am I doing, folks? What am I doing with my life? All right, so we have the mud baths built. They're not turned on because they have no power. And so with those mud baths, we're now coming to the decoration phase. So I want to line this whole back wall with decorations, and then I will get 2 more campfires. So I'm going to start there. Now, in terms of decorations, in terms of aesthetics, as you can see, we have no problems. All of the guys sleep under all of the aesthetic modifiers. So this is purely for decoration. So, with that in mind... Now, of course, this is also the big question of... No, wait, I want decorations. Am I building for the awe and enjoyment of us as the viewers / all of the people staring at the beautiful Beaver theme park mountain, or for the people who are contemplating in fireplaces and campfires? There's the giant question, ladies and gentlemen. And so, I think we know the answer is for everybody staring at the glorious Beaver theme park mountain. So let's stick that there. That is 3. So right, we're of course going to mirror. Let's go ahead and get those 2 placed down. And we're going to go for a beaver bust after each of those. Followed by a couple of braziers, I think. Now I need to make this build this one a little bit slower. Just because... I mean, this middle piece as well, I'll have to make sure I have access to. But just because I need to get access. How are we doing down in the basement? How are we doing correcting my mistake? Oh, there you go. We have finished all of that up. Let's see if we can delete that. We need to go and throw down our power shafts. And we're going to start there. We're going to start there because I'm not going to block this off just yet. Once that one's built, I can build the next two, and then I can build the last two. We're going to have some holes in our system. The foundations of the mountain could be said to be a mild bit rocky. Of course, whether you choose to believe such things or not, completely up to you. Now, let us go and just place that dirt block to start with. And then we will place the rest of the dirt blocks going backwards. Make sure we place these in the right direction. So no dirt block is built without the previous dirt block. So all of that should get filled back in. This should all be then, as you can see, tucked in. These are now all working. Ladies and gentlemen, our mud baths are online. And let's go back to our decoration. We need to decorate this whole mountain, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be quite a monumental feat. So there's the start. Now we have 6 left. What I am going to do... come across... if I can find things. I'm going to build that there. Because, ladies and gentlemen, as I went to mention, some of the things we are not doing too good are the Labour Monument and the Flame of Unity. And so, in this beautiful spot right here, we are, of course, going to go and build ourselves a monument. But the question is do we want a Flame of Unity, or do we want a Labour Monument? I am quite liking the look of the Labour Monument. I don't know, the Flame of Unity, I feel it's a bit big. But I'm also going to go and put... Did you see all of them suddenly run back off? I'm going to go and put that on pause for a second, because we need something to go next to it. And so... go next to our Labour Monument. I feel like I need to come back up in height now. So it might just be another bust and another statue. Kind of feeling that a little bit, so let's go and do that. And so... statue is that facing the right way? Yes, he is. Statue is what I want to get in there before I build the Labour Monument. Because then I will not block off... well, the ability to be able to build the beaver statue, basically. And so there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is going to be the front arching decoration there. Now, we do need more detailers and more scratching posts. And so with that, I am 100% going to have some scratching posts down near the mud baths. You come on, you get covered in mud, you get your body scrub going, and then you scratch it all off in that back scratcher. That's what I envision for the joy of beavers everywhere. So, with that in mind, what we do not do is detail a tail and then go in a mud bath. Terrible idea. Terrible idea. But we do have back scratches. So what I'm going to go and do is well-being scratches. I'm going to go and stick some more scratches just down there. One outside of each mud bath. This is also going to allow me, as this is now built, to throw down Another pair of campfires. Go and extend that path. And then we do have 2 little placement bits here. I can go and put something in. And I think I am just going to go and put in... We don't have hedges. Those are the wrong people. The wrong people. I'm going to stick with a metal fence. Now, unfortunately, when I stick with a metal fence here, it will... Can I reach that? I can. It... Well, when I go and put another piece there, it'll just start straight lining. It won't curl around the corner, which is just a shame. There you go. They're just a shame. Almost when we have water back, I will be keeping an eye on that. Yeah, so I'm not losing any water. That's not happening. 3 pieces built there. Yeah, so I'm not losing any water. Let's have a quick look. Does it actually fill up, though? More to the point, how am I doing on stored water? I've actually got loads. Let's go and turn on 2 more pumps just to be safe. I mean, yeah, so as you can see, so it's flowing up to 1.65. That's happening. That's closed because downstream depth is above the required level. I mean, let's lower this. I mean, it can be 0.5. That's fine. Let's lower that to be a bit safer. Let's carry on with our decoration. We are putting a safety barrier around the pools. Because beaver safety is paramount. A little bit slow on the old build because you kind of have to build 1 piece at a time, but don't worry, folks, we'll get in there. We've almost built our safety barrier. Couple more pieces. I don't even know where I built that one from, but I built it from somewhere. Alright, look at all those beavers file into the swimming pools, the showers, and everywhere else. And our well-being, it peaked at 61, but it dropped back down to a 59. It does that. So there you go, Labour Monument now has much better coverage. Scratchers, we've gotten a few more in there. Swimming pools are back up, and detailers are also doing okay. Campfires have gone up. They were only on about half. And mangrove fruits, we don't have any now. We should. There you go. We do have a full grove of mango fruits. These ones won't have come online for the first time quite yet, but they should be doing okay. He's not gonna have too much. I think there are maybe a couple. No, yep, he does sit around still. Again, that's okay. That's why we're trying to improve the efficiency of the mangroves that we currently have. Okay, and we've started to decorate. Our pool area is decorated. Now, of course, we need to finish with more safety. We cannot, of course, have them falling off here straight through the roof of the other transit station. I mean, wow, that would just be bad. And so I'm gonna go and even this up a little bit more. We should probably put that one in there as well. No point in having that little hole. And then we're going to get some detailers up here, I think. No, wait. Let's put a gap between them. We'll get some more decorations in there. Now, here's an idea that I'm toying with. And yes, before anyone asks, I am 100% making all of this up as I go along. Now, that needs to be a bit bigger, I think. What do we think? Let's put it the right way. About a monument of ingenuity right there. I don't like it. That's what we think about that. I don't like it. That is monstrous, to be honest. There's too much. Yeah. Yeah, let's remove that. Let's destroy that idea. Let's never speak of that again. Okay, and down the sides of the sides of the exercise plaza. Let's go and put, I want my decorations for a start, that always helps. Let's go and put a lamppost at the back of each corner. At which point then we'll go for the classic shrubbery next. I think we then might go for another lamppost, to be honest. Yeah, I think we might just lamppost and shrub this one all the way to the front. Classic combination. A classic combination. A little bit of lamppost and shrubbering all the way to the front of the exercise plaza. And so yeah, that's pretty much the stage we're at, ladies and gentlemen. Ah, yes, we do have our Flame of Unity in here. So that makes sense that it was our Labour Monument on that side. We do, of course, have our Tribute to Ingenuity right here in amongst our housing complex. Doesn't that look amazing? Even if self-proclaimed. I built it, I say it looks amazing. And of course we have our beautiful monument to Unity. Not just tribute to Flame of Unity, our full monument to Unity. Coming off the back of our farm. So of course this is our pressure release valve for our water system. This allows us, ladies and gentlemen, pressure does actually build up on this game. So by building a pressure release point, which also then beautifully floods this little area of the map, making it green. By building the pressure release point, when this happens now, when we get our bad tide in 2.5 days, we used to have a massive bad water surge come out of here. Because all of these would lock up, this would open, and all of that built up pressure would be pushed out of these sluices, and so you get a massive wave. By building the pressure relief valve, this wave drops down by about 80%. I haven't worked that out, ladies and gentlemen. That was just like a visual look. You get like a little like ripple now. There's no wave whatsoever. It's beautiful. Just beautiful, I tell you. Okay, so we have our shrubs and lampposts. Gloriously down the side of this. Now, of course, this is going to be for our final monument to be built up there. I'm not going to put that quite down yet. I want to finish some of our decorating first. I'm going to place a couple of benches right in there. That's for them. Right, so let's then come over to our rooftop terrace area. And these guys are 100% gonna get the joys of a bust in between these two. And they always, of course, come front lit by a brazier. That's happening too. I think we will metal fence that. Now, it's just a shame that that doesn't actually join into the building properly. Yes, let's metal fence that side. Ooh, pushing up into a 62. I love it. Now, the happiness, the maximum happiness is 80 something. I can't quite remember, but obviously 10 of that comes from the Earth Repopulator. We're missing a good full number off the Flame of Unity. And as for the fun stuff, my beavers are working too much is going to be the basic answer for all of that. They don't actually have enough free time to get around everything. We are, of course, still struggling with mangrove fruits as well. There's our sad-looking empty warehouse. Everything else is filled up. Algae rations, fermented mushrooms, fermented cassava, eggplants, corn, and fermented soybeans. Oh, and in the middle, kohlrabies. Our classic kohlrabies, the original, the glorious, the first, staple diet. Okay, so that fence has been built on the side there. What I'm going to go and do, because I think, again, I just think it looks better. I'm going to go an impermeable floor that, because we can actually see it. And then let's come back to our decorations. I think... we are going to go for a couple of clocks. I mean, these are iron teeth beavers. You know what I mean? They need to know what the time is. And I think I'm just going to brazier it up. Yeah, I think I'm just going to brazier it up. And then on this side... go and get some lampposts in. Although, no, that ruins the ambience of the whole flame thing we've got going on. We don't want lampposts. I don't want my beavers to be like, ah, man, I wish we could see the glow from these braziers, but we can't, because somebody have built lampposts. So let's not go and put lampposts in. Let's not go and put lampposts in. I mean, so that does scream kind of towards more braziers. I don't want to put bells in. I mean, this is the relax area. Let's, you know, the bells need to go where they live and where they work, so they know when to start and finish. But not here. I mean, we've got clocks so they know when to go to bed, so make sure they get enough sleep to wake up the next day to get a good day's work in. But yeah, no, they don't need bells over here. The question is, what do they want? I mean, I'm tempted to bench it up, to be honest. What else have we got? I don't want to put shrubs. I think they'd look very out of place. Some scratchers? Would scratchers be out of place? Yeah, I think a little bit. Yeah, I think scratchers would be a little bit out of place. So I'm going to go benches. But, you know, when you're waiting to get in the club, go and sit down on the bench so you don't have to stand in the queue. Alright, so that is the swimming area done. And come morning, that will be the rooftop terrace area done as well. Well, let's clean up a little bit back here. Those are unnecessary at this point. Let's go and remove those. We also don't need to get... I think you can get rubble from one up. That could be, yeah, you can. Cool. That's good. I remember that correctly. Don't destroy that. How? Yeah, I've got plenty of planks. I do remember I turned off quite a few of my plank things so that I could actually pick up planks from around the map. Yes, and of course we are slowly destroying all this as well. Okay, no, that still exists. We have problems? Yes, we do have no storage space available. Let's just go and make this nice and easy then. There you go. All nicely tidied up. Go and remove this pathing. Let's not delete half of our farm. Let's delete some more pathing. I genuinely am not entirely sure, but I don't think it does. But I truly do get the impression that having all of this extra pathing slows the game down. I mean, that is a completely based on absolute zero fact statement, ladies and gentlemen. So don't take it too much as any kind of words of wisdom. But I don't know. Maybe it's just me because, you know, I like having these things much cleaner. But I feel like having all the pathing just, I don't know, just makes your computer calculate more things more often. So I do try and clean up after myself as I'm doing all these things. Oh, let's remove that line as well. I don't know, it's just like, I feel like it just gives the beavers more options of places to go. So it makes them think about where they potentially want to go more than anywhere else. Like I said, I think I'm talking nonsense. I think there might be a thing of, you know, if they actually go down a path and they can turn left, right, forwards, it might take more computer power to look through it. But, yeah, I don't think that's the case. Okay, so let's have a quick look at this. I mean, we've lost about half a water level already, and it's only been a day. I mean, I feel like that's a lot. I don't know, I feel like that's a hell of a lot. Yeah. Not quite sure there. Maybe I've just calculated things poorly. But, ladies and gentlemen, on the great mystery of where is my water going, we are... Oh, more to the point, hang on, I need to... Oh no, they're all going to be branded with the old tag. Oh well. They'll get away with it for this time. We do have a few beavers now running around with random tags on. There you go, look. Pretty in pink. And there are a few others. We have beautiful Welsh and Brazilian flags. We've got a couple of others put in there as well. Not sure. I know these two aren't. I'm not sure about these two, whether they're stock images or whether I've stolen them from somewhere. I do know arg on the Discord server. I did steal a few off them. But I can't quite remember how many of them I have stolen. But so, like I said, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, of where is my water going, we are going to end the episode here. The stream will continue, so for all of you joining me live, please do stick around. We're just going to take a quick pause in the episodes. So for those of you watching us on YouTube, thank you very much for joining us. I hope you will come back for the next episode. And until then, as per always, I hope that you will stay safe, happy, and healthy.